Namaste. Welcome back to Tantra tutorial, and today we are going to discuss two different mantras of two different fairies, Rambha and Urvashi. So fairy sadhana, the Apsara Sadhana is done for getting the youth back in life, that desire, that vibe, that youthfulness that's lacking in you. Some men also try to do this sadhana in order to get a girl of their liking. Like, it's not exactly the girl that they are in love with, but they pray to Apsara to find them a match, a girl equivalently, you know, capable, beautiful, lively, youthful, like these Apsaras are. Okay, it's some people think that Apsara or fairies will come and they will give them pleasure themselves. No, it doesn't happen that way. They will not have physical relationships with you. Okay, because the simple thing is your body is made up of five tattvas and theirs is made up of three, right? So you can't even match that. You can't have that physical pleasure or satisfaction from deities, even though these apsaras are in historically have mentioned in our text that they have been used by Devendra to upset or stop the tapa or worship of various sadhus and sannyasis, right? But those sadhus and sannyasis, they have achieved that level, right? They have achieved that level to be able to see and feel divine entities. We are not on that level. Even I'm not, right? I have done a fairy sadhana. I have done Apsara sadhana. I was not able to see her, but I have touched her. Yes, I did. So I'll tell you what happened with me. Nobody will tell you. I'll tell you what happened in my sadhana of a fairy. I will not tell you what I did, what mantra I did, what fairy it was, what apsara it was, but I'll tell you what happened. So I did a 21 days of sadhana of an apsara, and I would lie on the floor. Remember what I did, you have to do that as well. I would lie on the floor in the night time. I would sleep in the place where I would worship her. And I did it for 21 days. I had self-control over me, which means I was celibate, and I was controlling my sexual desires. I was not even thinking about sex. I was not, it's called Veer Raksha. I have to follow that. Not only brahmacharya, yeah, not only brahmacharya, but I have to do Veer Raksha as well. Like, I cannot lose my semen during that days for with any means, not even by nightfall, swapnadosh. Like, you can't even have that. Even that will you know it will be considered that your sadhana got khanded if you do that. If it even happens, it happens only when you keep thinking about sexual things, and they happen in your dreams and in your sleep it happens, right? So you can't even have a nightfall as well. Okay, so I did that, and during the mid of the sadhana, I do not remember exact what day, I started to communicate with the fairy. I actually started to hear her voice in my head, not in my ear, but in my head. She would start to talk to me, and she guided me to go on a certain place in my town. It was outside the vicinity of the town. It was in front of a shmashan, a cremation ground. So it was a playground in front of a cremation ground, and she wanted me to go on a specific spot, and I went there. And then she said, "Look at the ground," and I didn't find anything there, and I said, "Maybe I'm daydreaming," and I was about to leave. Then she said again, very forcefully in my head, "No, look on the other side of the tree." It was a big peepal tree, and when I went over to the other side, I saw there was a puja nariyal halfway up into the ground, somewhere dug in between the roots of that tree. And she told me to take it out. Okay, I said, okay, I'll do it. And I took it out, and there are some eyes, there are some areas in the puja nariyal that have holes in it, like that there certain aniyas have one, so some have two, mainly have three eyes in it. Okay, So it has that eyes in it, and they were stuck with some black material, like some black material was stuffed into it. Okay. Oh, nariyal is coconut. So Western people won't understand what it is. Nariyal is coconut, but it is that brown coconut with that hairy things on outside, right? So it was buried halfway underground, and when I took it out, the face which was on the inside of the ground, which has three eyes in it, and it was stuffed with the black powdery material. And sorry about that. Okay. And then she asked me to break it, and I did. And there was lots of black powder which came out of it. And suddenly wind started to blow violently towards me. Okay. Trees were shaking, and there were dogs, like about 4 or 5 dogs. They started to bark into, like, towards thin air. There was nobody there, but they were stuck, like they were barking towards something. Okay. But there was nothing there. And I was not scared, but I was like, what is happening, right? And then I tried to go back. I used to have Activa that time, and I started to go towards my Activa. So, like, I have done what she wanted me to, but then suddenly I heard a different voice, and somebody called me. Wait, hold. It was in Hindi. I'm telling you, which could, because my videos are all in English. So that's why I'm telling you it in all English story, right? So somebody, it was a manly voice, and it said, stop. And I turned back, and I couldn't see anybody. But I felt that somebody was sitting on the branch of that tree, of the same tree, right? And I was able to somehow focus on that particular point, not looking anywhere, but I knew somebody was sitting over there. And he said, thank you. And I said, who you are? He said, I was trapped in that nariyal, that coconut. Somebody trapped me inside. I'm a pret. Yes, a human spirit, a very powerful human spirit. And he said that, oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. My clients are messaging me. Okay, so yeah, so he said that I'm very thankful. What can I do for you? But at that time, I remember that if you have to do a pret sadhana, and you have to control these entities, you have to take three vachans or vows from them. And I would not get into that details. Maybe I'll discuss that, what these vachans are. So I bind him into those vows at that time. And he said, okay. He gave me that vachans, he gave me that vows. And I came back home, and I continued the sadhana. And it seems like she wanted me to stop the sadhana by giving me some puppet or some toy to play with. Okay. Okay. So I was not interested in that. I was never interested in that smaller yonis or prates and spirits and stuff. I wasn't. I was always interested in devatas, and higher spiritual entities which are filled with positive light and stuff. So I was like, it came to me. I never wanted it, but yeah, I had it now. But I was still continuing to do the worship. So then she started. Oh my God, I have to tell her to stop bugging now. 1 second. Okay, I have put my Skype on to do not disturb mode now. I hope I will not get disturbed from those messages now. Okay, so where we were. Yeah, after that, even when I actually continued the sadhana, I wasn't distracted by what she gave me, and I wasn't playing around with that new power that I attained. And so what happened, like, from that day onwards, after 2 days, actually after 2 more days of this event, I started to experience her while I would worship. Yeah, I have first seen a image, a very beautiful girly image. I wasn't able to see the whole body. It was more of an outline, transparent outline in thin air. She would be standing in front of me, right? And I used to offer roses in my worship. I used to wear white clothes. I had a bajot under which on which I would have a white cloth, and on over the top of it I would have the picture of that Apsara. I would offer her rose mala, and I would offer her itra of rose, and I would also offer her pedas. Okay, and I would do Sankshipt Guru Pujan and Sankshipt small, like Guru Pujan and small Ganapati Pujan before I start everyday worship of ritual of that fairy, right? And so then afterwards, I started to experience her. I used to also cast a protection circle around me. It's good to do a protection circle. You can do Dik Bandhan as well. I'll discuss the Dik Bandhan mantras, and you can do any protection mantra that you trust or believe in. I would suggest try to find out a protection mantra for the deity, or for the Isht Devata, like the one who is your main Devata, the one that you trust a lot or have strong bonding with. Try to find a Raksha mantra or the protection mantra for that particular Devata. Get a siddhi of that before jumping into any such sadhanas, because that way you can cast a protection circle around you before starting that sadhana. Okay, so I used to cast it, but because this entity, this fairy was not there to harm me, she was able to come into that circle, and I started to feel her. And not in a bad way, don't think it otherwise, right? I would be sitting, and the first day when it happened, I felt someone else knee is touching my left knee, because I would be facing this way, northeast direction, and the whole setup was on this side. On the right hand side, I would be facing northeast, and the setup was on the east side, right? And on the left knee, I would start to feel that somebody else's knee is touching, and it will continue until I complete the sadhana. Once it starts, it will continue until I complete that mantra japa of that particular day. And then on the final night, miraculous thing happened. Okay, and why I'm saying miraculous, because it is not possible by my own will. And yes, before that, on the last 4 or 5 days, not only the knee, I would feel somebody is resting her head on my shoulder, like somebody is giving me a lot of love, care, warmth, emotional, not sexual, emotional love and care. She trusts me. She want to give me all the happiness that she can, right? And so I would feel that things. But on the last day, I was able to feel her. Not only that, she took my hand, she took my left hand and put it across her shoulders, so that my hand was resting on the shoulder, but there was nobody there. I could feel her, and you see, even after some few seconds, my shoulder is, feeling heavy, and I can't hold this position for long. But this position continued for about 1.5 hours on that final day, 21st day of that worship. If this is not a proof that I have got a siddhi, then what else is? Right? I'm saying this was an experience which happened to me. I was not able to see her, I was able to feel her, and it was the proof that I can't do it by my own will. It was resting on something, and this something was invisible. And that something I felt because I was touching her. I felt that it was her shoulder, and she was putting my arm around her shoulder and was resting her head on my shoulder. That was the last day. That was the last day. And I got her siddhi. But I never used her. I never used that Pret as well. I never used that human spirit as well. That human spirit, rather, I pushed that spirit away, because I have noticed that that spirit started to suck up on my own energy. He would come sit in my spine and will start to drain me of my own spiritual energies. So I summoned that spirit away from me. I told him not to come back until and unless I ask you to come back. Okay, so, but I never used any of these two entities ever in my life. Now, for what purposes you can use this mantra is, if you are feeling lonely, if you want a partner who can give you the kind of love that Apsara can, like I experienced. And I'm so lucky that I got a wonderful wife who is very supportive and very loving. She understands me well. She accepted the way I am. Nowadays girls want like a man who is so spiritual, so religious, so much into tantra mantra, right? Many of my friends who were into this, they wanted to stay single because they thought that they will not be able to find such a girl, right? But I'm lucky enough to find such a supportive, understanding, loving wife. That's because of her blessings. So you won't get to achieve her as your partner, intimate partner, but she will grant you a partner who will a copy of her, who would love you the way she would, right? Who would care for you the way she want to care for you, right? So if you want a good life partner, if you want a partner who would understand you, care for you, love you unconditionally, right, then do this sadhana. And yes, one more thing, I have also read that the Apsaras have Dravya. This Dravya it has a capability of making healing, like it has a strong healing properties, and also sometimes it can turn some metals, specifically iron, into gold. I have heard about it, but I'm not sure if it is true or not, because I have not tried it myself. I have not asked for it. In the Sankalpa, if you want to try it out, you can do that. You can ask for getting that dravya to convert metal into gold, like iron into gold, or you can also ask for a dravya which can, reverse your aging process and make you younger than what you actually are, what your actual age is. So you can try. I never did it myself, but you can try, because I have read and heard that Apsaras are capable of providing that kind of chemicals or dravya whatsoever it is, right? So you can try that. And it also helps you to increase your manhood, to increase your sexual power, to increase your libido, to make you lucky in your love life. So if you are looking for a happy married or happy love life, and if you are looking for that rejuvenation of yourself, your mood, your physical strength, your age, and you want to be healthier, you want to enjoy life overall, you want to have that attitude to be positive for everything about around you, and you want to actually enjoy things. I have seen people who are not happy with anything around them. They are always complaining, but there are people who will find happiness in tiny little things, right? So if you want to be a person who would be happy in the tiny little small things, and if you want to have that kind of attitude, do this sadhana. Now, how to do it? First, I would suggest that you utilize any of this mantra 10,000 times, and do it in one night. If you can't, split it into 5 days, 5 nights, okay? If you do not get success with 10,000 times recitation of these mantras, Rambha or Urvashi mantras, then you have to try it again with 100,000 times repetition, so 1 lakh times repetition of the same mantra again with the new sankalpas. And now you can stretch it to 21 days or 41 days, as per your capabilities, depending upon how much you can chant per day. If you want to follow what I did 125,000 times in the first attempt, and I got success in the first attempt only, so I need not have to do it again. So if you want to try first with 10,000, okay? If you're lucky, you will get success. If not, then try with 100,000 times or 125,000 times. It has to be done in the night time after everybody is asleep, and it have to be done in isolation. So if you want to do it, try to do it on a separate floor where nobody is. Like I'm in the basement and nobody is in here, and my whole family is on upper level, main floor level. And or you can do it in a property which is deserted, or if you are brave enough, you can go outside and do it in a cremation ground, or close to a cremation ground, where it's not necessary to do it in cremation ground, but it has to be done in isolation, ekant, right? So it has to be done in the night time, and you already know how I did it, what things I offered, right? So you use that as well. Now I'm going to share the mantras. The first mantra is of Rambha Apsara, and I will also share the mantra of Urvashi, right? Some beliefs says that instead of Om, you can prefix the mantra with Aim, okay? But I used Om. Some belief system says that for these two mantras, instead of Om, you can use Aim, the Bij mantra, for Siddhi, okay? But I used Om, so I'm sharing what I did, right? So the first mantra of Rambha Apsara is Om Saha Rambhe Agaccha Gach Swaha, Om Saharambhe Agaccha Gach Swaha. 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 Okay, now the Urvashi mantra is Om Shrim Urvashi Agaccha Gach Swaha. 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 Sorry about that. Om Shrim Urvashi Agaccha Gach Swaha. 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 So both of the apsaras, you have to offer roses, rose mala, garland of roses, and rose itra, perfume, and pedas. It's an Indian sweet. You can find it in Indian sweet shops. And you can use Rudraksh bead rosary if you want to. Any rosary will do, but I use Rudraksh bead rosary. And white clothing, white asanas, and northeast. You are facing northeast direction, and again, ek vastra for men, 2 vastra for females, and those clothes should not be stitched. So dhoti for men and sari for women will be perfect, right? So here are the mantras. I hope you enjoy the video today, and I request you to keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and comment on the videos if you find anything confusing, or if I have missed out anything. I'm human. I can make mistakes. I can forget some things. So if I did, and if you want to ask something and I can answer it, I would love to answer it. Okay. And if you need my help, if you need any of my services, go check out my store on www.tantrapsychic.com, and check out the links given in the description. You can also give a donation on my website. The links are in there. And you can also go check out my Amazon recommendation page on my website. I'm actually using those products, so I'm not just endorsing any product that I do not trust or do not use myself. So you can also use that page to search your items on Amazon. You won't be paying anything extra, but it will help me if you go buy anything from Amazon from my page on my website. That's Amazon recommendation on tantrapsychic.com. Okay, I hope you like this and keep returning. God bless you all. Namaste.